I don't even know if it's a dark horse candidate for the Michigan job, but I'm going to have that for you coming up in about 10 minutes. And I don't have any information on it at all. Well, let me rephrase that. The person who I spoke to about this, I don't know if they had information on it as much as just a educated suggestion. How about that? Educated suggestion. Now, the latest rumor mill is Jeff Brom at Louisville. They're going to try to make a run at him, or they're vetting him, I think was the description. I would not hire anybody. There's a mess going on inside that athletic department right now. They are looking for names. There could be a purging going on in there. And if I'm a coach, I don't want to walk into that. We don't even know what else is attached to Sharon Moore. We don't even know, is the athletic director going to keep his job? Like, there's some people who need to be held accountable for everything that went on in there. And if I'm a coach, a big-time coach, I don't care what you're paying me. I don't want to walk in now, a year from now you can get my attention. Because if I'm Michigan, I wait. I was told they want to have a coach. They wanted to have a coach by their bowl game, which is December 31st. I don't know if that's going to happen. Because once again, you're walking in to a book that is still being written. And you may not like those final chapters here. So I would stay interim head coach, play your bowl game, clean up whatever you need to clean up, and then all of a sudden you can have this. You can be open for business the entire next season. Then maybe you can pick and choose who you want. Maybe you'll have coaches who aren't just using this to get a contract extension. And that's what happens. These guys who are, hey, I never interviewed there, but they're getting contract extensions. You want to find somebody who really wants to coach Michigan. But I'll have that suggestion for you coming up. One of my college sources said to me yesterday, we were having a discussion about a variety of things. And he said, I got a name for you. And he said, I've spoken to somebody at Michigan about this name. This person has not been interviewed, but this person does have ties to Michigan. The name is Brian Griese, former quarterback at Michigan. He was instrumental in developing Brock Purdy with the 49ers. He did take this year off to be with his family. Now, I don't know anything more about that situation other than would Brian Griese be somebody that you could bring in? He's one of your own, former quarterback there, and maybe he could help ease in, transition in. Now, that's all the information I had. But the more I thought about it with Brian Griese, former analyst for the mothership, Monday Night Football, and then helping Kyle Shanahan with the Niners and Brock Purdy, he doesn't have head coaching experience. I don't even know if he'd be interested. Maybe you interview him, but I haven't seen anything, heard anything other than that. But that was told to me yesterday by one of my college football sources who did speak to somebody with Michigan about this topic. I don't know where it went from there or internally how that was received, but Brian Griese, does he want that job? Would that interest him? Would Michigan be interested? Because I do think you got to be really careful right now. And as Paulie says, the Michigan job is kind of like when you go to a restaurant and you're waiting for a table and you see the table that's got drinks on it and food, napkins, and they go, oh, you'll have that table. We're going to wait. How about you clean up the table and then we'll go sit down? Oh, you can go there, sit down now. No. That's the way I would view this. Michigan is a table that hasn't been cleaned yet. And I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait before I sit down and take that job. Yeah, Paulie.
And that has to be what Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State was thinking, because any other time, if Michigan called the Arizona State head coach, he's going. But right now, Arizona State is a safer play for your career than Michigan is in the month of December.
Well, he can leave in a couple of years and take another job. I mean, nobody's attached to any of these jobs. So Dillingham is going to be wanted by, schools from now on. As long as he continues this pace, this energy, this excitement, he's going to be a wanted man. And he's young. Is he 35? He's going to make his money, and then all of a sudden he might say, oh, there's an opening there. I'm going to take that job. That could happen.